We'll be taking a look at the difference between serous membranes and mucous membranes. Now, when we think of the word membrane here, we want to look at it in the sense of a covering, like a covering, not in the sense of the plasma membrane. That's a little bit different. It's still, even though it's still using the word membrane, we want to think about this in the sense of covering. Now, the difference between the serous membrane and the mucous membrane is serous membranes are not open to the world. A little bit strange when I say that. Not open to the world. And mucous membranes are open to the world. And I'm just kind of saying it that extreme just so you can remember, make sure you remember the point here. Now, when I say serous membranes are not open to the world, this means that you cannot just stick a medical device in that area and reach the organ that you want to reach. So an example of the serous membrane would be the abdominal cavity. The abdominal cavity. Because any of the organs inside of there, any of the organs inside of here, if we have an abdominal cavity, and we have the heart, and we have the intestines and all those other things in here, this is a serous membrane because it's covered. It's all of that stuff is inside of that serous membrane, and it's not open to the world. Meaning, to get to these organs, you need to have an operation. Now, the easy way to remember this between serous and mucous is remembering that serous membrane kind of sounds like serious. The word serious. So, serious, if you need to get to serous membranes, it is a very serious situation, like cirrhosis, meaning the doctors have to cut you open to get to that organ. So some of the membranes, meaning the cavity that's covering this stuff, is a serous membrane. So another example would be the heart. All right? The heart is a serous membrane because you cannot just stick a medical device in your mouth or your ear or whatever and just reach the heart. You have to cut the person open, do an operation, and look inside. That's a serous membrane. Now, the mucous membranes are open to the world, meaning an example here would be the mouth. The mouth is a mucous membrane. Why? Because it's open to the world. You can just stick a medical device in. You can stick all things, all kinds. If someone wants to look at the esophagus, you don't need an operation. It's not that serious. Another example here would be the nose. Make a little nose here, kind of a pointed nose. But someone, if they wanted to do, and doctors quite often do this, they just stick things in your nose and just look around. You don't need an operation. This is an example of a mucous membrane. So that is the main difference between the two.